Procedure for e-voting. A board meeting is required to be convened by the company. At the board meeting, the following resolutions are passed. Approval of draft notice of general meeting or postal ballot as the case may be, and other related documents. Appointment of scrutinizer. As mentioned earlier, a scrutinizer can be a chartered accountant or a cost accountant or a company secretary or an advocate or any other person who is not in employment of the company but is a person of repute. Appointment of agency, which is NSDL or CDSL or CARVI, to provide e-voting platform. Fixing cutoff date for determining eligibility of shareholders who can vote on e-voting platform either through remote e-voting system or at general meeting. Once the board approves the notice is to be printed and along with other documents for dispatch to shareholders to whom documents have to be sent by physical means. After printing of notice, the notice of the meeting is required to be sent at least 21 clear days before the meeting of the shareholders to all shareholders, auditors of the company and directors. The notice is required to be sent either by registered post or speed post or through email wherever email addresses are available or through courier. Wherever notice is sent through email, the subject line of email should contain the name of the company, date and place of the meeting and type of meeting. Where notice is sent by email, the company is required to retain proof of sending notice by email. Once the notice is dispatched to the shareholders, a copy of the notice is required to be sent to stock exchanges where the securities of the company. Notice of the meeting is also required to be displayed on the website of the company as well as that of the agency which is appointed by the board immediately after it is sent to the members. What are the contents of notice? Notice of the meeting shall stipulate that the company is providing facility of e-voting to shareholders and that business may be transacted through e-voting, that the facility for voting through ballot or e-voting or through poll paper shall also be made available at the meeting, and members attending the meeting who have not voted already by remote e-voting shall be entitled to exercise their right to vote at the meeting. The members who have voted through remote e-voting shall also be entitled to attend and participate in the meeting, but they shall not be allowed to vote at the meeting because they have already voted through remote e-voting. Immediately after the dispatch of notice, but at least 21 days before the date of the meeting, the company is required to publish a public notice by way of an advertisement in one English newspaper in English language and one vernacular newspaper in the principal vernacular language of the district in which the registered office of the company is situated. The advertisement should specify the following matters: a statement that business may be transacted through e-voting, date and time of commencement of remote e-voting, date and time of end of remote e-voting, cutoff date, that is the date not earlier than 7 days before the date of general meeting for determining the eligibility of shareholders who can vote by electronic means through remote e-voting or in general meeting. The advertisement should also specify the manner in which persons who have acquired shares and become members of the company after dispatch of notice may obtain login ID and password. The advertisement shall include a statement to the effect that remote e-voting shall not be allowed beyond the stipulated date and time, the manner in which company shall provide voting by members present at the meeting, and a member may participate in the general meeting even after exercising his right to vote through remote e-voting, but shall not be allowed to vote again in the meeting. The advertisement shall include a statement to the effect that a person whose name is recorded in the register of members or in the register of beneficial owners maintained by the depositories as on the cutoff date only shall be entitled to avail the facility of remote e-voting as well as voting in general meeting. The advertisement should mention the website address of the company as well as of the agency where notice of the meeting is displayed. The advertisement shall contain the name, designation, address, email ID and phone number of the person responsible to address the grievances connected with facility for voting by electronic means. Timing of remote e-voting facility. The facility for remote e-voting shall remain open for not less than 3 days and shall close at 5 p.m. on the date preceding the date of general meeting. During the period when facility of remote e-voting is provided, the members of the company holding shares as on the cutoff date may opt for remote e-voting. End of remote e-voting period, the facility of remote e-voting shall forthwith be blocked by the agency whose e-voting platform is being availed of by the company. The scrutinizer appointed by the board of directors shall scrutinize the voting and remote e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner. At the start of the general meeting, the company officials are required to distribute ballot paper or poll paper or make arrangements for e-voting wherever it is provided to enable shareholders present at the meeting to cast their votes. The requirement of quorum should be complied with wherever physical meeting is held. On the resolutions on which voting is to be held, the chairman shall allow voting with the assistance of the scrutinizer by use of ballot paper or polling paper or by using electronic voting system for all those members who are present at the general meeting but have not cast their votes by availing the remote e-voting facility. Is complete, the scrutinizer shall first count the votes cast by shareholders at the meeting and thereafter unblock the votes cast through remote e-voting in the presence of 2 witnesses who are not in the employment of the company. Once the voting is complete, the scrutinizer shall first count the votes cast by shareholders at the meeting and thereafter unblock the votes cast through remote e-voting in the presence of 2 witnesses who are not in the employment of the company. The scrutinizer is required to maintain a register either manually or through electronic means to record the assent or dissent received. The register shall mention the name, address, folio number of the shareholder, and wherever the shareholder holds shares in demat form, the client ID and DPI ID of the shareholder, number of shares held, nominal value of shares, whether the shares have differential voting rights, details of postal ballot which are received in defaced or mutilated form, and postal ballot forms which are invalid. Scrutinizer is required to submit his report to the chairman as soon as possible after the meeting but not later than 48 hours from the conclusion. After receiving the scrutinizer's report, the chairman shall declare the results of voting forthwith. The results along with the scrutinizer's report shall be displayed on the website of the company as well as of the agency which has provided the e-voting platform to the company. The results once declared are required to be intimated to the stock exchange within 48 hours from the conclusion of the meeting in the specified format. If a resolution is assented to by the requisite majority of the shareholders by means of e-voting and postal ballot, it shall be deemed to have been duly passed at a general meeting. The register and all other papers relating to voting by electronic means shall be under the safe custody of the scrutinizer till the chairman considers, approves and signs the minutes, and thereafter the scrutinizer shall return the register and other related papers to the company, who shall preserve such ballot papers and other related papers or register safely. The minutes of resolutions passed through postal ballot have to be recorded and maintained as per requirements specified in sections 118 and 119 of the Act, read with the rules made therein. Once the results of e-voting have been declared, relevant forms are required to be filed with the Registrar of Companies for intimating passing of resolutions by members as applicable.